My name is Medhane Tadesse. I'm academic on security issues in Africa, and I'm a member of the ASSN almost since its establishment, maybe 1 year after its establishment. Since then, I've been also representing the ASSN at the executive committee level, at the regional level, at the AU level, and other projects in South Sudan and elsewhere in the Horn of Africa. My biggest dream would be, probably my minimum dream would be a functional security community for Africa, and Africans to manage their own security in an effective and democratic way. I think it was around 2004, maybe early 2005. I think the first time I attended the ASSN meeting was in Benin, Cotonou, So it was maybe 1 year or 1 year and a half after the establishment. And we had an organization, a think tank called CPRD in the Horn, working on security issues. General Sadkan was working there as executive director. I was also director of research. We were doing, security sector reform initiatives without knowing the ASSN. So we were invited to that meeting by the ASSN. I think the invitation was sent to, maybe the email was sent to General Sadkan, but he was not in town, so I had to represent him, and that's how I came to meet the ASSN. Of course, I read some papers before that about the ASSN, but that was the first time. And since then, I was almost representing the Horn of Africa. The regional hubs were established, and later on, the AU and the Horn of Africa in general, South Sudan, all of that, yeah. Well, I think Professor Ebo, yeah, I wouldn't lie, because he was there from the very beginning, and I think he led the ASSN, in different capacities, so he has been a source of inspiration and an example. Well, spreading the word of SSR all over Africa, and packaging and developing strategies at different levels, from national to the regional to the continental, and trying to be like a watchdog on African SSR, because, well, I think the story that is not well known, well, probably the least understood is the way, the internal wranglings within the AU in terms of member states played out in the development of the AU policy framework on SSR. There has been a lot of back and forth, a lot of politics, a lot of reversals. And finally, of course, we managed to get through it and get the policy framework. But still, the legacy is there, the difficulties and the challenges of that period, they still linger, yeah. I think one of the main challenges would be on how to really refocus SSR from the militaristic approach that has been, pushing lately, even at a global level, the notion that, train and equip, militarization of, SSR reforms that has been getting some traction at global policy, mainly European policy levels, I think is the main challenge. And turning that and refocusing the whole SSR discourse and SSR research and SSR policy away from state-centered to people-centered security, that remains a challenge, and that remains to be, the major focus of the AU. So that is one. And two, for the African Security Sector Network, I think to still maintain the lead in terms of revisiting SSR, its approaches and its principles, and mainly with African realities. I think that should be one of the key, challenges, and the key involvements of the SSN. If we does that, I think we can still maintain some integrity and some relevance to SSR and the governance of security by bringing it into the broader public debate and refocusing it from state-led, policy development and debates to the marginalized, to the people in general, by involving, like, for instance, the youth, women, IDPs, the marginalized. I think that needs to be the main focus, which has been lacking and for somehow also discrediting SSR so far.